guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's June 30th, 2021. I am here at the office. I decided to make two videos today, so here's the second one. A very taboo subject: how to handle money in a relationship. A lot of my friends don't agree with my opinion on this, but this is what has worked for us. So I'm gonna share it to you guys. A little bit of history. When I got married with my wife, we were 17 years old, going on 18. As you can assume, we didn't make a lot of money. We were living with my parents. When we got a little bit older and we started working, I was working since the beginning, but I wouldn't last. I would work a few months here, a few months there, and I would be jumping from job to job. This was while I was going to school. So I would work part-time, maybe like at a restaurant, and then I would quit and I would work somewhere else. A few years later, my wife also started working. We never thought about combining our finances. We each had our paycheck. We would each buy whatever we wanted. We were in control of our own money. Well, in reality, the money was in control of us. But we thought that we were in control of our own money. We bought our first property 11 years ago. So I think I was 23 when we bought our first property. I already had my daughter, and my son turned 1 year old when we bought our first property. I believe it was in 2010. So when we bought our first property, we had a mortgage. We took over a lot that my mom was paying. I gave her $10,000 down and we took over it and we started paying. We gave her the $10,000 with the income tax and we started paying the mortgage, which was $380 on the land. We basically got the mobile home for free, and the land my mom had already paid $10,000, so we paid her the $10,000. We got the mobile home for free. We started paying the lot, $380 every month. So at the beginning, since we each had our money separately, we would never have any money. We were always broke. By the time that the bills were due, we would each take out our wallet or her purse and we would, here's $100, or I have 100, here's 200. And we would always be struggling to pay the bills. We didn't have any sort of budget. We had nothing. My parents didn't teach me how to budget. Her parents didn't teach her how to budget. So we had no idea. We had no clue what we were doing. We were basically still kids. We were babies with babies of our own. But that's another subject. Years later, I started reading. I started watching YouTube. I started reading a lot on finance. I graduated from the community college, and then I did my other 2 years for my bachelor's in the university. And in high school and in college and in university, they never taught me how to handle my finances, how to do a budget, how to do anything. I never learned that in school. I basically learned everything online. That's why I am against having separate finances. I made some bullets here on my word. We're on the second bullet. It says, how should we handle money in a relationship? So this is what we do now, and it works flawlessly. Right now she doesn't work, and right now I don't work because we have a business. But before that, we were actually working. She was working at a 8 to 5, and I would work an 8 to 5. We would both have one joint account. We would tell our employers to direct deposit our checks into that same account. And from that same account, we would pay all the bills. This way, it's a lot better and it's a lot under control. You may be asking, why is it that important to have it together? One of the reasons is what I call, like in the government, checks and balances. What I mean by this is that there's not gonna be any surprises because she's gonna have access to the accounts and I'm gonna have access to the accounts. We're both gonna know exactly what's in the accounts. I know exactly how much she gets paid. She knows exactly how much I get paid. So it avoids surprises. Doing this also is basically teamwork. You work as a team and you can have goals as a family. You combine forces, you combine payroll, and you get things accomplished. Like they say, two heads think better than one. It's always better to be coordinated with your significant other and to work together. Doing this will also avoid saying, oh, this is my money or this is your money. Once it goes into that account, it's our money. Everything gets intertwined and everything is ours. Now it's our money. So this way, if she makes more than I do, I don't feel bad. If I make more than she does, she doesn't feel bad. Nobody's superior. Why? Because we both get deposited into that account. Everything mixes. Now, I made another video on budgeting like a year ago probably. It's an excellent video. I recommend for you to watch it. on how we actually break down all of our payroll checks, how we break it down, how much we get paid, and how much we reserve for bills, how much we leave in the bank, how much we take out. I recommend you watching that video on budgeting. It's called envelope budgeting. Right now, we get a payroll from different sources. Everything gets deposited into our personal accounts, and from that account, every week, we get a weekly paycheck for myself, and she gets a weekly paycheck. We only pay ourselves $100 because that $100 a week, I can use it for whatever I want, for my personal pleasures, if you might say. I sometimes, if I want to buy something for my car, maybe I save 2 to 3 weeks and I can buy like an exhaust for my car, or if she wants to buy some expensive makeup that she wants. So that $100 is basically just for fun stuff. All of our other bills are covered. We have an envelope for haircuts, we have an envelope for the gasoline, we have an envelope to pay the mortgage on our house, we have an envelope for the car payments. So everything's covered. Those $100 are basically just for spending on fun stuff, because we also have an envelope for eating out. So those $100, sometimes we don't even spend them, and sometimes I have $600, $800 in my wallets from several weeks that I don't spend, or maybe I spend $50 and I accumulate $50 from last week. It's very important that even though you combine the finances, it's very important that each of you has their own little payroll or their own little fun paycheck. This way she can save it. If she wants to buy her mom or her dad a special gift, she can do it on her own. If she wants to buy me and surprise me for Father's Day or for my birthday, and she wants to make me a surprise, that way I don't know, because before doing this we only had the joint accounts and we each had a debit card. It would work okay, but it was lacking the independence feel. Like if I wanted to buy her roses, I couldn't surprise her because I would have to pass the debit card and she has access to the card. So that's why we decided to pay ourselves $100 every week, and this has worked pretty good. On the last point that I have here on my list is the couple should have monthly financial meetings to see if their budget needs any modifying. It's very important for the husband and the wife to sit down and go over the budget. Why? Because sometimes only one of them is the nerd. Like in this case, I'm the one that loves the numbers. I'm the one that always likes playing with the Excels and the reports. And sometimes playing with reports, we can make decisions on our own, and I always try to avoid that. So it's always very important for you to include your significant other. Amor is love in English. That's what I call my wife. Amor, come and sit down. Let's go over the budget. Let's say you told me that we need a little bit more money towards groceries because we're not making it. So we have to modify the budget, and maybe she'll tell me, because she's the one that has the envelope, she'll tell me, in haircuts, I've been seeing that we're only using $20 a week and we put $30 a week. So with those $10 extra, we can send them towards groceries instead of the haircut, or something like that. And we'll play around with the numbers so that it can work for us. The numbers we have from the budget video, I mean, it's a year old, so right now it's probably a little bit changed. Those numbers are not gonna work for everyone. Those numbers are what work for us. But the important idea or points that I want to get across is that the finances should be together. The investments should be done together. It should be a joint account, only one bank account for both of them, for the couple. And they both have to make decisions on how the money is used. As far as investments goes, we have several investments, so we have several bank accounts. I'll probably make another video on how many bank accounts we have, but we have several bank accounts, and on all of the accounts it's me and her. On all of the accounts, we have an account for the store, we have an account for the houses, we have an account called escrow for the taxes and insurance. We have savings accounts. So in all the accounts, we're together, and we try to do everything together if possible. This way there won't be any surprises, and we can both feel part of what we're doing, so nobody can be left out. If you guys have any questions, if you disagree with my technique, if you have a better idea on how to handle the finances in a couple, if you think it's better for each person to have a bank account, let me know, and go ahead and share the reason why you think that's. I think we have 209 subscribers. Thanks a lot for all the new subscribers that have joined the channel. I've noticed that sometimes I upload a lot of videos about myself, and I want to make this channel more about you guys. So I'm trying to make this channel more educational, so I can teach you more on how to handle your finances. Not so much for you to see what I'm doing, but to teach. I want to give out more. So thanks a lot, guys, for stopping by. God bless.